and welcome to Indie Street, a showcase of Canadian talent that is either unsigned or signed to independent labels. Over the next half an hour, we'll have a bit of country, and then we'll have some aggro rock. From Toronto, Malhavoc, they record on the Scarborough label Epidemic. Malhavoc, they started off as a thrash band in Pickering, Ontario in 1985. They have a CD entitled The Release, and it was a pretty good seller for them over the last year or so. And the band is really a vehicle for the frontman, James. Live shows are quite intense, and you're going to have a taste of Malhavoc come up. But first of all, let's talk about Epidemic Records, run by Ron Sumner Jr., a former member of Slaughter. Besides releasing Malhavoc, he has also released Overthrow and the band Beyond. He's hoping to get a European deal for his label Epidemic. Here you go, Malhavoc, The Release on Indie Street.
Malhavoc at one point was a band.
Yes, it still is a band. It's like what it was back then is like three of us got together like in 1983, and we wanted to start doing the thrash metal thing. And three of our best friends got together, and we started playing, producing all these demos. We never got attention until it was in '84 when I did recording. What happened was the band wasn't doing well, so I went and did a recording by myself in like '85 with a drum machine. And that got a lot of radio play on college radio. And then I got my drummer back in the band, and I recruited another bassist, and we did the recording for Fringe, which is thrash metal type recording. It's always been like me being the songwriter in the band. But the thing is now, it's like I have three of my best friends playing with me, and even before, the guys in the band were my best friends. And it's like, even our artist I consider part of the band, who's a very close friend, Draz. So it's like, basically Malhavoc is, me being the focal point in the songwriting, and all our friends, all my friends who are into it, helping out, sort of. Epidemic, right now we have three bands on the label. We're seriously Overthrow, us, Malhavoc, and Beyond. We're the first one to be produced on CD by this label. Beyond and Overthrow have both come out with CDs within the last 3 months. Right now we're working on an American distribution deal with hopefully Metal Blade America, and that'll probably work into a European contract we're hoping for. Right now he's probably going to sign a contract with them. We'll put out 6 releases a year for the next 4 years. And so it's going to become a full-time label, and a very serious label within Canada, the Canada area.
There's no one really in Canada that will promote this type of music. Well, there's a few, but there's so many excellent bands in Toronto and surrounding areas, and nobody's paying any attention to them at all. So I just decided, I might as well do it, because the space is there for me to do it, so why not? The best seller right now is Malhavoc. They're out on CD and cassette. They're from Toronto. Overthrow is next. They have a CD and cassette out, and then, like I said earlier, their demo cassette, I still sell that, because I still sell a lot of those. Beyond, they're from Toronto, CD, cassette. Epileptic Brain Surgeons, they have a 17-song cassette. Deep End, which they're sort of like a hardcore band. They call it emo core, happy core, stuff like that. An EP for them. And Cynic, a band from Florida. It's a death metal band, actually. 3-song EP from them.
Everybody says, you guys were thrash metal, now you're this, or you guys were that, and now you're this. To me, it's always been the same conceptual idea, me stating opinions through stories, being of the dark fantasy nature. Even the first demos were, the songwriting and style to me is still very similar. Like, we have a song on the new EP that I take a riff from one of the first songs from 1984, and I use it in this new song. So to me, it's like, we're progressing, and we're always evolving into, what I'm, recently listening to. A lot of people either really love us or really hate us. And some people, like, some women came up to me at one of the shows and say, you know, people were cheering me on when I was, you know, stabbing, you know, the symbolic of, you know, the whole pornography thing, and they're saying that they're cheering him down with women or whatever. And I'm like, you know, they may have been excited or whatever by the show, but that is not, you know, what we're, you know, thinking. And I try to state this, and I will say to the people who are, you know, cheering this on and saying, you know, this is not what we're portraying. You're understanding it wrong. It's just maybe from the excitement of the moment they might cheer, but it's, you know, in no way are we, you know, trying to put that across the audience.
And we all know there's no such thing as werewolves. There is such thing as unhuman humans.
On the new EP, I'm thinking about putting an apology to all the women we have offended by these shows in this album. But I still think there has to be a little bit of space for the audience to interpret what we are doing. You know, like bands like Consolidate and Public Enemy, what they are doing is great, but to me it's more artistic when you leave a little bit, you know, a little bit space there between the audience and the band, you know, and let them come to you rather than just coming out and stating this is the way you should believe, this is the way it should be done. So I think I'll continue doing the way I'm doing. Always, I won't change, but I think I might stay away from the taboo areas for a while.